Well, our next guest has been able to manage her time in being a mum and a CEO. Shan Young is an international speaker and joins us now to tell us about her story. Shan, welcome to Ticker. Great to have you on the program. How are you today?
Thank you very much. I am really excited to be here. I'm doing well, thanks.
Very good. Great to have you. Firstly, where are you in the world right now?
I am in the UK and West Sussex by the sea.
So it's early morning there, yeah?
Yeah, it's early morning, but not too early.
Not too early. Very good.
Yeah.
Great to have you, healthy and well. I know there have been issues over there, so really enjoy, or great to have you on Ticker right now. Firstly, tell us about your career up to date. As I mentioned, a CEO, a mum CEO, if you like. What have you been up to? How have you managed to do all of these things?
Well, sheer willpower is the beginning of it, and then learning different techniques and skills to put in my tool bag to allow me to keep achieving my dreams, even though I have a 21-year-old and I have a 1-year-old. So, yeah, and my journey here has not been easy. I spent 7 years on the streets as a teenage girl, and so I've had to recover my health and my well-being and my life from the depths of what you could experience in life, right up to now being multi-award winner, entrepreneur.
Yeah, so tell us about that in terms of the entrepreneurship and particularly some of the opportunities that you've experienced over the past year or so with CEO mums.
Well, COVID has come as a big shock to the world and has shaken everything up, but what it has given CEO mums is an opportunity to have more time in the home, because before we were out there traveling, our partners often were commuting, and this has given more time in the home. So this has given an opportunity for me to be on TickerTv, travel the world virtually, attend different events and share my skills and my knowledge with everybody on a broad spectrum. And this is happening for all CEO mums. As long as you learn how to have the right conversations in your home and create that space. So that's the kind of opportunities I've been doing. I've been featured on global magazines and working with some amazing people. I just spent the weekend doing a 3-day online event with a team that is just amazing. So that's the opportunity that's here for us right now.
So let's go further into your area of expertise and what you're up to. So tell me about the link between sustainable health and environmental well-being in terms of what you're up to.
Now, I've done a TED Talk in 2019 on this subject because I see that as a human being, when we are stressed, when we are not taking care of our health, we are in a bubble in our own space dealing with health issues, which means we're not able to look into our local environment and see our impact. And so I'm a great believer that we reflect what's going on inside, outside. So basically, if you're stressed inside, if you're eating food that is not nourishing you, it can cause acidosis in your stomach, it can cause mental fatigue, depression, and this sort of energy that you're pushing out is going out around you, and it gives you lack of ability to do something in your own life. And then if you look at the environment, you see that the rivers are having acidification, and they are becoming toxic as well because of all the wash off. And so I link the health and the sustainability, because how can we act on sustainability if we are struggling with our baseline needs right now in health and well-being and mental health as well, especially at this time, is such a hard thing. And so I believe and I work all the time to detoxify people's homes from the chemicals that are in body products and nourish themselves with the foods like organic delivery of food, and reduce your packaging, and you see the effect of that. I don't know if you saw in Australia, but during lockdown over here and in Hong Kong, the deer came out in the street because the commuting, as I said before, was reduced. So the level of toxicity in the air that we are breathing into our lungs, which weakens our lungs, which means when an illness comes along, we are already susceptible more to that illness because of the environmental toxins.
Yep.
When deer came out, that's what I believe we can do with health. If we individually cleanse our home, nourish our body, we create that same knock-on effect health-wise and reducing toxicity in this planet. So that's the link between sustainable health and well-being and sustainability. We're symbiotic.
Yeah, well said. It makes a lot of sense to me. Hey, just finally, tell us about the right sort of mindset and maybe some tools for people who are working from home, who still want to have success in what they're doing. Obviously, it's been a really tough time. What would you say to them in terms of trying to move into success, even though we are working from home, many of us anyway?
Well, I want to give you the quickest win you can get first is to control that fear. I mean, none of us know what's going to happen, right? And so we have to ask ourselves a few questions, like, is this my problem? Is this their problem? Or do we just hand that over to God because we have no control over it? Okay? And so when you're having a fear and you're looking at something, you think, is this mine? Can I do something about it? You know, if it's to do with your business, is it to do with the toxic levels in your home, the conversations in your home, then you can do something about it. If it's to do with PPI, you can stress about PPI for, you know, the healthcare workers and frontline workers, but you can't fix that. So you stressing about it takes your energy and doesn't allow you to focus on the gift that you can bring to the world. So a good breath to do is breathe in for the count of 7 and breathe out for the count of 11. And if you do that, just put an alarm on your phone, 5 minutes, breathe in for 7, breathe out for 11. You will calm and disengage the part of your brain that goes into fight, flight, or freeze. Then you can more logically and clearly think about how you're going to prepare your space, what you can control to achieve your dreams.
Okay.
So I'm not is that enough?
No, that's great.
I've got so many tips.
I know. No, we might leave it. We'll leave it with that one. I think that's a great way to finish.
Okay.
It's a great tip.
Yeah.
Breathing is super important. Even for me, I need those tips as well. Hey, where can we find you online if we want to reach out?
I'm shan-young.com. That's SIAN. There you go. shan-young.com. Come and join me. I have a blog on how to live a sustainable life. So each week I share tips and all these tools that I am bursting to share here on my blog. So just come over and learn how you can change. You can transform your life sustainably.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for your time, Shan. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Great work. All right, moving on. And a US judge will finally decide whether to block a Trump administration order